What is good, YouTube? My name is Patrick. Welcome back to another video. Today is not necessarily another Paddy Talks video, but just a little video. I wanted to ramble about two things this morning that were on my mind. First of all, good morning. Welcome. If this is your first time to one of my videos, I'm a bit of an introspective thinker. I like to talk to the camera, blah, 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 all that stuff. Usually with the Paddy Talks, I usually just come here and talk about how my day is and how it's been going, how I'm doing mentally and physically, all that good stuff. But today, this morning, I had a couple things on my mind. I wanted to talk about them. One is a story, and one is a little gripe I have that I kind of just wanted to complain about. But this story takes place yesterday. Some of you may know I was off work yesterday, so I did a lot of the chores that I was supposed to. I got paid as well. So went to the grocery store yesterday, right? So this is where the story starts. First of all, before I went to the grocery store, I don't know if this is a reason why, and I don't know if I'm just thinking too far into this, but I feel like this is a reason this moment happened. What I'm talking about is for the first time in basically since I went to the grocery store, because I haven't been able to leave my house because I don't have money to leave my house right now. I basically put on a outfit that I was proud of yesterday, and I was happy about it, and I was like, you know what, I wonder if someone is gonna say something about it. You know how in the back of your head you don't want to be this selfish person that wants people to walk up to you and talk to you, but when you put on a cool outfit or something that you put work into, you kind of in the back of your mind you're like, oh, I hope so, fingers crossed. So yeah, I went to Walmart. I have my AirPods in. I'm listening to some music, which was all right. And I got stopped by this lady, had to have been my age, maybe a year or two older. And she stopped me. She was like, "Excuse me, hello." And I took off my AirPods, whatever. And she was like, "Are you interested, or have you thought about looking to God," basically. And I looked at her and I took my AirPods out and I was like, yeah, actually I have been. And she was like, "Why haven't you yet?" And I was like, I'm on this kind of self-improvement journey for a while and it's been on my mind, but I don't know, I really should. And that basically started the conversation. And at the end, she asked if she could do a prayer. She put her hand on my shoulder, and I did what I thought was the most respectful thing to do, which was just close my eyes and put my hands together, and we said amen. And she said a prayer. She was talking about how she hopes that God graces me with his presence and opens me a clear path and all of these really, really cool things. And I shook her hand and I made eye contact with her, and I was like, "Thank you for creating this experience." I wanted to tell her how she was, I appreciated it. And then I asked her why she approached me, and she was talking about how basically she, along with the whole, the Bible and church and Christianity has changed her outlook on life and how she wants to share it. She was also like, "Well, I'm not very good at social interactions, and this is a way to help me." And I was like, "This is beautiful. This is awesome. This is what I'm trying to do on here on YouTube." So it was really, really cool. Super cool experience. I had all my groceries in, and she's like, "Just as we put in work to eat, just as we put in work to go to the grocery store, just as we put in work to wake up in the morning, blah, 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 you should put in work to create your relationship with God." And it just had me thinking. It was a really cool moment. I texted her. We exchanged numbers because she wanted me to go to a church thing, possibly today. I want to check with my roommate, but he's been asleep for the past day, so I haven't been able to talk to him. But I don't know. Who knows if it's the start of an interesting thing? Who knows if it's just some stupid little... It's not stupid. I'm sorry. It's not stupid. Who knows what'll happen? But really, really cool situation that happened to me that wouldn't have happened if I didn't go out that day at that time and thought to go down that aisle and pass her, you know? Super cool experience. I don't know. I thought I'd share that. Also, one more thing I wanted to leave kind of at the end here. Completely changing topics. So first of all, before we change topics, leave a comment on what you think about that. I would love some insight. I don't know. I've always thought about, I mean, I have a cross on my leg. I have a tattoo cross on my leg. I believe in God. I believe in his good doings. I believe that the Bible and all of these things, like in my heart and myself, I know that these are all good things. These are all things that I believe in. I've just not taken the time I've not taken the time to put in the time, you know? Yeah. Second story. I've been having this, I don't know how to explain this without really, my hair is all fucked up. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been trying to think of how to explain this on the internet, because this is obviously on the internet and people will see this. And I don't want the wrong person to see it. Because it's not my intention to complain on the internet and expect somebody to see it and then, like, let's put it this way. If somebody else made a video and it was like directed towards me, I would be kind of angry. And that's not what I want to do. But I still want to express my emotions and my problems to somewhere like YouTube, because it's a way that I like to use this platform to grow. I like to use this platform to self-improve. So there has to be that middle ground. With that, I feel as though I do things in my life mindfully. I live very mindfully, I feel. Whether that means I know that, like, whether it's something as little as knowing that my friend doesn't enjoy walking into big public spaces first, so I walk in front of them so they don't have to walk in first, and then I can walk in, turn around, and be like, you know what I mean? I live very mindful. I feel like I do. I feel like I do things to make other people's lives easier, because I feel like I notice them. I notice these things that maybe other people might not notice, these social interaction things, I'm just using this as an example, but I feel like I do that, but I never get the same result. I feel like I'm that guy, but nobody wants to be that guy for me. I felt that a lot throughout a lot of my life. And I think that's just life. I think that's something I have to get over. And, but at the same time, it's really sad to think, why do I have to be that guy, but why can't anybody be that guy for me? And I think that's the wrong way to think. In the long run, man, I don't think you should expect anybody to save you. But in turn, I think I try and save other people. And there's good and bad to that, because I do these things and then I expect them. I expect people to do the same for me, and that's not what happens. And previously, I would get very angry, and then I would kind of become petty towards people, because they wouldn't notice, and I notice everything. I feel like I notice everything. I feel like I notice everything, bro. It's horrible. Like, yeah. And I guess people aren't going to do that for me, and I don't think people are going to do that for anybody. And I don't think you should be angry at it. I think that that is the wrong way to think about it. And it's the wrong way for me to think about it. I don't want to live my life worrying about everybody else and then getting angry when other people don't worry about me. But then in turn, I think to myself, well, then what's the opposite reaction? Don't worry about anybody and don't care about anybody. And it's like, fuck. And then that's when you realize that's you, bro. Help. Be the good guy, but don't expect it back. And if that's the case, once you don't expect it back and you do things just for the sake of doing good things, I think then people start to notice, maybe in the long run, you doing things, you know, that idea of a slow burner or a silent killer or a sleeper, you know. Basically, I hope that people are going to look back 15 years from now, 20 years from now, and think, wow, Patrick was that guy, you know. That'd be really cool. I don't want to think that I have an ego. I don't want to think that I'm this fucking super higher. I'm better than you, and nobody is better than me because I'm so much better than everybody else because I notice all these things. That's not what I'm trying to think in my head, because I'm not. I feel like I try and stay humble. I try and stay very away from ego. I am human, you know. That shit does get to everybody. But it's not that I've even figured it out yet. I just wanted to say it out loud because I feel like I am dealing with it right now. And I was talking to my sister about it the other night, and kind of came to that same conclusion. My sister and I are my sister and I are very similar. You know. You know, there's some people that, and a friend told me this. There's some people that in a survival situation, right? In a desert island situation, there's two types of people. There's one type of person that is on that desert island and they come across an abundance of food and they think, oh, me and my team, me and my people on this desert island, we're going to eat good tonight. And then there's a second type of person that comes across that abundance of food and goes, oh, I'm going to eat good for a week. I'm going to make sure nobody finds out about this. It's me, myself, and I. And I've never been that type of person, bro. I've never been the me, myself, and I type of person. And I feel like I come across so many people against the world, me against the world. Everybody's out for themselves. Like, I always come across those types of people, bro. And all I want is a sense of community and a sense of I scratch your back, you scratch my back, you know? And I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it in a few walks of my life. And my other problem is, I guess, how do I express that to somebody without trying to without seeming like this person that acts as if they're so much better, because that's not me. But I don't know if if I would be able to express that, you know? Especially, man, because most of these me, myself, and I type of people, these people that are, I am out for only myself, when they are approached with a problem of like me confronting them with what I have just said, or what I have been complaining about, they'll immediately try and defend themselves, no matter what it is. And the problem with me is I'm a very logical thinker, and I'm a very fair thinker, which is good in theory, but bad in action. Because when I'm arguing with people, people try and just defend themselves for defending themselves. I am trying to fix the situation. You know, when there's people that are arguing to defend themselves and the only thing they want to do is get themselves out of hot water, and then there's the person that's like, okay, it's a bad situation, sure, it's somebody's fault, but we got to fix this now. This is me, I'm the fix guy. Everybody else feels like the fuck you, it's not my fault guy, you know? That's about it. I don't mean to get too heated or anything. Like I said before, none of this is that serious, you know? It's life. Everybody has these problems. It's really not that deep. But it is something that I do go through every single day. And I just wanted to express it at the end of this video. I don't even know what I'm going to title this video, but I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Leave a comment if you want to add anything, if you guys think of anything to kind of add on. I would really like help on this one, maybe a story or something that somebody could share, because I'm a little lost on this one, if you can't tell. So I hope you all have a good day. Please do not let other people's actions affect your mood for the entire day, like I've been doing for the past couple weeks. Don't do that. You're yourself. Okay, you'll always be you. Okay, don't let a person affect your entire day. Let it roll off your back, because you having a good day after a person like that affects you, and then you still have a good day, that's the biggest fuck you to them, because you still had a good day. Even though they're trying to make you feel like shit, they're not trying to make you feel like that shit. Most of the time they're not. Most of the time it's not personal, but it feels personal. I know, some crazy shit. All right, I'm rambling. I love talking to the camera, y'all. I appreciate you guys listening. If you made it this far, comment peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I love y'all. See ya.